Well, I changed the channel real quick. Now the Seattle Kraken and Vancouver Canucks game is on, and wowzers, did Thatcher Demko just let in a stinker. But you know what, all Canucks and Kraken talk aside, the reason I switched my channel on the TV is because Team Canada just lost. For the first time in Canada history, they have been eliminated for 2 straight years in the quarterfinals of the World Juniors. Now, I'm going to say this right here. Am I a Canadian citizen? Yes. Am I born in Canada? Technically, no. I'm actually from the Philippines. But I did grow up here, so that's kind of why I talk the way I do. But this Canadian team, despite me being a Canadian dude, I can't say that I was super crazy upset that Team Canada ended up losing to Team Czechia in this quarterfinal game and thus getting eliminated in the World Juniors. I feel like this Canadian team was very easy to, I don't want to say hate on, but it was a very easy team to not be on board with from the moment the rosters were finalized. So many people around the hockey world, in the media, in the fan bases, so many people had questions about what the hell Team Canada was doing. Why are you choosing these guys? Where's Michael Misa? Where's Zane Parekh? Where are the other guys that can actually score points? Hockey Canada has this bias against guys that are purely offensive. They have a bias against guys that decide to go to college. Hockey Canada has a bias against guys that are younger. They like to give older, brute two-way guys their due, and they give these guys prime opportunities and real estate in the World Junior Tournament year after year. But none other than 2025 was this selection process as egregious as it was this year. I feel like so many people were just kind of, in a way, hoping for Canada to lose, to say to the executives of this organization, hey, your selection process of guys, not good enough. You're not picking the best guys. And now, you think about some of the other issues that had brought themselves up for Canada in this tournament, the penalties, the lack of ice time for certain guys, whether or not the guys that are getting the most ice time really deserve it, what's Gavin McKenna up to. There were so many issues with the Canadian team this year that I feel like it was kind of easy to not really be happy, but just kind of accept a defeat, especially at the hands of a Czech team that, I don't want to say they got bailed by the referees, but a Czech team that was putting in effort and that did control a lot of the pace, especially in the first, let's just say 30 minutes of the game or so. Team Canada loses 4-3 in regulation due to another power play goal scored by the Czechs off of a brutal Andrew Gibson kneeing call. Like, they talk about penalties, they talk about the amount of time spent in the box. Canada was the worst team in this tournament in that respect by far. And the coaching staff even said it, hey, we're shooting ourselves in the foot here. We're taking too many penalties. Our guys have to be disciplined. Oh yeah, your guys have to be disciplined, but whose job is that to make them disciplined? That's the coach, man. That's the coaching staff's fault if you have a team of troublemakers that just cannot stop getting into trouble and you're not doing anything to help your team win and make sure that they don't get into trouble. And like, what the hell? You said all this stuff heading into the games here, and this. How many penalty minutes did the gosh darn Team Canada guys have? 27? In one game? A quarterfinal game where you were on the brink of elimination? And in the third period, where Canada, by the way, Canada came back, tied the game up 3-3. How many freaking penalty minutes did the Canadiens have in this game? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10! And sure, 4 of them came in the last minute of the game after it was already 4-3, but throughout this entire contest, Team Canada could not stay out of the box, and it hurt them here. First period, you see yourselves an early goal by Petr Sikora. Okay, it's 1-0. Sikora then gets himself a penalty, so Team Canada goes on the power play. But guess what? Whilst Canada is on the power play, Callum Ritchie takes another 2 for tripping. Amazing. Canada only had 4 seconds of power play time in that opening segment. And then, Cole Baudouin big hit. It's a kneeing hit. It's called 5 minutes for kneeing. And Team Canada, by the way, 5-minute major, guess what? They sent Gavin McKenna to the box to serve it. Like, what the hell? You can debate the legitimacy of the Baudouin hit, considering the guy that got kneed ended up playing on the power play right after, whether or not that was a little bit of embellishment. But still, Cole Baudouin gets himself the misconduct and the kneeing major. Team Canada actually scores a shorthanded goal. Good setup by Brayden Yager over to Tanner Howe. Makes it 1-1. But Jakob Stancl ends up making it 2-1 on that same 5-minute power play because Sam Dickinson puts the puck into his own net. You can't write this stuff, man. You can't. Add on another goal at the end of the first period by Eduard Shala, a nice play over to the back door, and it is 3-1 Czechia after the first period. Now, in the second period, things were a little bit better. There were offsetting minors. You had Berkly Cayden for embellishment, Wojtek Shihar for cross-checking. That took them both out at the start of the second. However, the only goal scored in the second is by Porter Martone on the power play. It's a tip out in front off of a Tanner Mollingdyke one-timer. It gives the Canadiens life. They're within one. And then in the third period, you start to see the penalties. Gavin McKenna delay of game. That one, okay, maybe not really McKenna's fault. It was a coach's challenge on goaltender interference, which was very clearly goaltender interference. Like, I get it, you could say that Eduard Shala pushed the Canadian guy into the Czech goaltender, but the puck didn't even cross the line until after the net came off. Why they challenged that one for goaltender interference only to get the delay of game, it was like really obvious to me. I was like, why did you challenge that? Why? I guess the coaching staff for Canada was super confident that even if they did lose the challenge, they could kill the penalty off, they could still tie the game up, they could still win, which to be fair, it did happen. But other penalties though, Andrew Gibson, 2 minutes for slashing. Peter Sikora also got 2 minutes on the same play for embellishment. But you have yourselves Team Canada that's actually able to tie it up. It's Bradley Nadeau. What a play. Luca Pinelli, the one-timer. Nadeau was there on the rebound to put the puck in 5-hole on the Czech goaltender. And with 2.5 minutes left in the third period, a tie game where Canada has the momentum. Shots were 9-0 Canada in the third at one point. They started to really take control and show everybody, yeah, everybody's talking smack about our team. Everybody's saying that we're not good enough, that our guys that were selected to be on the roster are not the best options possible. Nah, we're going to start taking control in this third. We're going to win the game. We're going to make the semis. We're going to beat Czechia, and we're going to do it our own way. And their own way includes taking unnecessary hitting penalties because Andrew Gibson, 2.5 minutes left, he goes out there and nails a guy on the knee again. You already saw what happened with Baudouin. That hit does not fly in this game. And you did it again. Andrew Gibson gets 2 minutes. Thankfully, it's not 5, but it's only 2. And Team Czechia gets the goal right at the end of the third period there. Adam Jecho makes it 4-3. Canada can't get the puck in their own end afterwards, and Canada ends up losing. Congrats over to Team Czechia. They played a hard-fought game. They really wanted this one. They, in a way, deserved it because Canada totally shot themselves in the foot. They did not deserve this one, and they're going to be going home without a medal as a result. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Team Canada and their defeat at the hands of Team Czechia. What are your thoughts on the game itself? What are your thoughts on the Canadian squad, how they were assembled, how they played? Any extra notes you have about this tourney and the games? Let me know in the comment section below all that you're thinking about this tourney. I've got to go back to watching Vancouver versus Seattle because it's 1-0 Seattle, and I'm wondering how Guillaume Brisebois is going to play with Erik Brannstrom out of the lineup too. So thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.